I shit it in my pants. Ooh, I am for real.
I am for real.
And hey, everybody, welcome to the lovely podcast you've been waiting for, where, we're just... What is the sexiest fruit?
Strawberry.
Why?
I'm standing my ground on this one. It's
Why?
strawberry. It's just... See, it's not too round, it comes to a point, but the point itself isn't sharp, right? And it's red, okay? But it's not entirely red. It's a very deep red, but it's still got that green stem. You can eat the stem, but it's not advised, right? So you can eat the entire thing, okay? And it's got the seeds on the outside, too.
Right.
And see, that's really good for, spreading its seed.
I see.
Okay? But most importantly, Brian, it's not even a berry. It's not considered a berry.
Right.
And that makes it mysterious, okay?
Uh-huh.
Everyone knows mysterious is sexy. So, case in point.
You want to know what my sexiest fruit is? Baked
What?
beans.
It's up. Yeah, you know what? It's high up there. It's high up there. I can't say for sure it's better than the strawberry, but you know what?
That and a good pork.
I can see a case
That
for
and a
it.
good pork chop. The sexiest fruits.
I don't know about the pork
What do you
chop,
mean?
but baked beans
What
I
do you
can see. It's just, I'll give it to you. It's got, if you make it right, it's got that juice.
Exactly.
Right? It's got that squirt.
Exactly.
But if you overdo it, it's soggy now. Nobody likes a soggy pork chop.
Ethan, would you like me to tell you about my vacation?
No.
All right. My computer is telling me to update like 4 different things right now.
No, you can talk about your vacation.
I was ready not to.
No, I was kidding.
So,
The second you started talking about something else, I was like, oh no, I think you...
obviously, do you think I fucking care what you have to say, Ethan?
Yes.
You're right, but I don't care that much.
You don't care enough to show it. That's
Exactly. Exactly. All right. My vacation. It was pretty good. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
All right, so what about your computer?
Yeah, so a lot of
updates?
updates. A lot of updates going on. A lot of updates. Yeah, it was pretty good. So my vacation started July 30th and basically ended the 9th. Right? So July 30th, we end up driving about 2 hours until, like, basically right outside of Ocean City, Maryland, near Rehoboth is Fenwick. We were near Fenwick Island. And, yeah. First night we go and do boardwalking things, and I bought the most touristy outfit possible. You saw it on Instagram.
Yeah. Yep, I did. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I had... For people at home who don't know, I have this really big beach hat now. It's huge. I also bought this button-up, like a beach tropical button-up where it has like a bunch of drinks on it. And Katie bought a matching pair, but with shorts that matched the same. There was no shorts to match that much mine, sadly. And we basically were matching all day, but that's not the only thing we ended up buying that day. We went to a hookah shop.
Oh?
And we bought booty shorts.
Oh, baby.
Would you like to know what they said on our asses?
Was it like Brian's booty and then
No.
Katie's booty? No.
Katie said,
I heart milfs.
yes.
Perhaps.
Mine said, I heart dilfs.
Yeah. Let's
And
go.
everyone I brought that up to, they were like, that's a waste of money. And I said, yes.
Yes, but
Ethan, this is why we're best friends, because you get it. You understand. You and Katie understand this fucking hilarious type of humor. I now own booty shorts that say I heart dilfs on them.
and it's simple as that.
That's
right. I'm the guy. All right. That during the Steam Summer Sale, a $12 purchase, it takes me like a week to mull it over, right? but I also go to an antique shop and buy a replica revolver made out of metal and wood for $80 that can't even shoot a real bullet. All right, and you know what? Now I got a replica revolver, and it looks sick.
Yeah.
And it's simple as that, you know.
Guess what? The next day we went to a different boardwalk, and other than the fact that we barely hit the actual boardwalk of Rehoboth, it was Rehoboth Boardwalk. And how many more times am I gonna say that? Rehoboth Boardwalk, right? Before we actually hit that boardwalk, me and Katie walked 3 hours of just not it. We actually walked out of Rehoboth to go to this place called Egg.
Oh, Egg?
Yeah. We got there at 5. It closed at 1. We walked to Egg.
Okay.
It was like a 30-minute walk. And Katie was very mad at me because I was just like, let's keep going to Egg. Egg was my idea, but I kept going. I had to know. We walked like 20 minutes out of Rehoboth. Egg was closed, and we walked 20 minutes back. But on that same day, we went to the store. It was a sock store. Like, that was their gimmick. And other than the fact that I saw fuzzy socks with a man eating another man's ass out with both of their penises dangling on a pair of socks.
Oh, baby.
I found one of the most magical pairs of pants. Pajama pants. That now me and Katie both own a pair of.
Yeah. Describe them to me.
Ethan.
Yes, Brian.
There is a big bass on them.
Oh.
But it's like the tip of my penis is the head of the fish. And the bottom of my legs are the tail of the fish.
Oh. Okay.
It's a vertical fish. And there's text.
Read it to me.
Size.
So that I might understand.
Size is all that matters. And I've worn that thing to Wawa 3 times.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And the funny thing was, when we a week later, we ended up driving back to, well, home. And we actually hit a Wawa. And I'm wearing the pants, and one of the guys in there, I think his name is Spyro. This guy's name was Spyro. He saw me in my pants, and I had him cracking up. Like dying laughing. 2 days later,
Right.
we go into that same Wawa, because we just got from DC, which I'll get to. And guess who's at the counter?
Is it the man, the myth, the
Spyro.
legend?
And it's not me who's wearing the pants this time, it's Katie. So now he's cracking up even more so, because he's just like, he's seen both of us wearing these pants. And it made my day, But, Ethan,
Yes,
I found out a horrible truth over the week.
And what
Dude,
is
I
this
get sex
earth-shattering?
headaches.
What?
Yes.
You're old. You're an old man.
You don't even know the fucking rest of it.
You're actually falling.
You don't
apart.
understand, Ethan. I was getting sex headaches all week. Like, killer migraines.
Like midway or aftermath?
Both.
Oh, that's brutal.
And the thing is that that's not my only move into elderliness. I found out I have a big love for word searches. I bought a word search
Did
book.
You really? Let's go. Brian, I know what you mean. I'm starting to do the thing that my dad does, and that's just I take a book and sit on my porch for 2 hours and just read.
I don't do that. But, dude, fucking word searches are the shit. Oh my god.
Growing. growing into young strapping.
I bought
man.
this $5 Find the Word. Okay, I'll actually read the exact title. It is called Quality Find the Word Special: The Ultimate Puzzle Collection by Kappa Puzzles.
Oh, okay, okay.
And the little, now with Funky Kong little text they have is, now more pages, more puzzles.
More puzzles.
Now this is $5, right? How many puzzles do you think there are in this book?
200.
You are way over that mark. It's 104. God.
Oh.
But,
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Ethan,
I didn't know what the market value of puzzle per page was.
Ethan, it's a cardinal sin. The thing with this one though is that it has a whole bunch of word searches, being that it's literally the whole point of this book, right? But every 13th puzzle, you're not finding words. You're finding numbers.
Ooh. That's so much. Oh, no.
And they always fill up, like, normally it's like 3 rows of words, or 3 columns of words, so it's not that bad. There's always 5 columns of numbers. They're, like, packed in there every single time. And it's every 13. It's a pain. But, then, I went to Barnes & Noble's. The bookstore, you know?
Yes.
And I found not 1, but 2 word search sections. Separate.
Dude, you walked into the gates of heaven.
Dude. At the one at my mall, there is manga and comic books upstairs. And word searches downstairs.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You have a... First of all, you have a Barnes & Noble's near you. Second of all, it's 2 stories.
It's in a mall, and it's 2 stories.
I've been to one mall, and it was only 1
Well, this
story.
is the only store in there that's 2 story. No, it's wrong. There's a few stores in there that are 2 stories, but it's one of the very few.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
There's also a cafe in it.
That's bomb.
There's a cafe in it, but then there's a weird thing about that. There's a cafe in it, but the food court's right outside the Barnes & Noble's, so it's a little useless. I don't know why anyone would go to Barnes & Noble's to eat.
I don't know.
I mean, I go there to
don't
eat
know.
the pages of the books, but I'm different.
It's more of the library glue that I'm into, but you know, to each their own. Right, on the topic of books, though, I've been reading. Some
Ethan,
books.
I'm not done with my
I've been
word
reading
search
some
section.
books.
Please let me finish this word search section. It's very important to me.
Fine. I'll allow it. Just this once.
So these 2 different sections, they're vastly different. Now the one I have here is like the average, like, ones you'd find by magazines, right? And that's where you'd find one section of word searches where it's like word searches, crosswords, fucking Sudoku, or you'd find a book where it's like all 50,000 puzzles that the editor can jerk off onto a page in this book. Useless, unfun shit, right? And then in the other corner of the store, there is $8 terribly difficult word searches that are 600 puzzles worth.
Oh,
my god. Dude, there was like 15 different ones. There was one in French. Dude, I almost came in Barnes & Noble. It was about to be Barnes and fucking stinky soured after I was done with it.
soured?
I went to go poop
How could you
in
do
the
that?
Barnes & Noble's, thinking that there was going to be elegant shits in the bathroom. I walked in, the toilet was just overflowing with toilet paper and shit, and one of the kids was at the urinals. He pulled his whole fucking pants down, and I could see his ass. I stepped 2 steps in, and I fucking basketball 1 foot turned all the way around and never walked back in that bathroom.
Give it a little.
The worst part was that I really had to shit, too. I had to wait another 2 hours until I had to shit.
You couldn't just go to a different
Dude.
store?
Barnes & Noble's, not even joking, is like the only store in the mall that had a bathroom.
Does the mall itself not have its
It
own
has a
bathroom?
few, but I'm not going to shit in a mall bathroom. That's like asking for little crabs to crawl up your butt.
But if it's in the Barnes & Noble's, which is also in the mall, isn't the Barnes & Noble's bathroom technically a mall bathroom?
It's different. It's a bookstore.
It is. It is very different.
I can look at fucking anime titties in that. I can't just do that in fucking Spencer's. I have to look at real
Well, you
titties,
can.
and that's just not the same. You ever been to a Spencer's?
Nope.
Yeah, in the back of Spencer's, there's always
You want
dildo.
to take me?
What? Do you want to?
Do you want to take me to a Spencer's?
There's one in the mall. You want to drive over here and drive to the mall?
How far away is the mall?
Maybe like 20, 30 minutes from me.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe on
Okay.
Saturday we go for a ball trip, me and you. We go to the back of Spencer's and look at dildos.
I think I have work on
Oh,
Saturday evening.
okay. Sure. Just to
No,
dodge it like everyone else
4
does. I'm
4
always
p.m.
inviting people to
At
the
4
back of
p.m. I have
Spencer's
work.
and no one wants to come.
Look, I can go to
You
Spencer's
don't
if we go
want to
early
go to
enough.
Spencer's. You'd rather
I
get
do.
your dildos online.
I
Bro,
think it's
you
bad, right?
fucking...
They have
You
really
are
good
a
deals.
docking...
Expert?
Yes. And a sounding sexpert.
Dude.
Okay, as you were saying about books, sorry.
Okay, so yeah, I've been reading books recently.
Just a good transition.
It's a perfect transition. I've been reading books about sounding. No, okay. First one I just
can imagine.
finished recently was like 640 pages, right?
Like Mario?
Massive. Wario.
Continue.
It's the Once and Future King. It's about like Arthurian legend, like King Arthur and Knights of the Round Table. It is a very good book. Very good. Alright. It takes a long time to get through, but that baby is worth it, okay?
Uh-huh.
There's a whole diagram that I'd have to draw out. So basically, there is a very integral plot point of Arthur banging his half-sister without knowing it's his half-sister, who then fosters a child, who then murders
Are you talking
him.
about Star Wars?
No, King Arthur. What? How'd you get Star Wars?
I don't know. I've been slurping on my fucking Slurpee into the mic. I was just curious if you could hear it.
Yeah, you know what? Thank you for respecting what
I
have to
am
say
respecting what
after
I am.
Oh, yeah,
No,
I'm
Ethan, this is
just
me getting
thirsty.
back to
I'm
you
just
from what you did
thirsty.
earlier, where you just kept saying, you're wrong.
That wasn't on the podcast.
It doesn't
though.
have to be on the podcast, God damn it, this is my life.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Continue. So King Arthur fucks his stepsister.
Yeah, without
Right.
knowing. She then has a baby. He's a little messed up. His shoulders are all crooked. King Arthur, he gets a little sweat on his brow,
Mhm.
right? His only rational solution to this is to put every baby born on that day on a boat and let it sail out into the ocean and sink, drowning all of the babies. Right?
Wow.
It doesn't work.
What?
The only baby to survive
Was his?
is his
God
son.
damn it.
Yep. And then his son comes to the round table, becomes a knight at the round table, and just hates Arthur. Like, it just does not hide it at all. And Arthur's just like, hey, it's my son.
Hey,
I messed
my-
up, but it's my son. What are you
my
gonna
baby
do? What are you gonna
boy.
do?" Basically, yes. And then he marries Arthur's wife while he's out at war.
His mom?
His his
Oh.
stepmom, and then kills Arthur, but Arthur kills him at the same time.
Ethan. I need
Yes.
you to say yes or no.
Okay.
I was talking to Katie. We were on our way up to DC. Okay. I'll get to the DC trip in a second. But we were talking to her, I was. Sorry, a little schizophrenic. I was talking to her about baby names. Mind you, you're talking to me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of all you need to know, right? And so I'm bringing up stupid names, and then one hits me like a fucking train.
Smegma.
That's even better. You said that so perfectly. Like that shit was funny.
John Smegma Reed.
No, I was thinking of Klug. Klug. Klug.
Dude, that sounds like clogging the toilet, but just with an absolute mean monster
Dude.
dump. Like there is blood in the toilet. And when it clogs, it is clogged.
I said that to Katie, and she was like, I feel so bad for this child. Do you want him to be bullied? And I'm like,
Yes.
Klug will not be bullied. He will be the bullier. And at first, I was on this notion of Klug will be the strongest man alive.
Uh-huh.
I mean, with a name like Klug, you have to be strong, right?
Right. Yeah. You're either weak or strong.
Literally,
man.
like Usain Bolt, his last name really is Bolt. He's the world's fastest man. Also, he named his kids really dumbly.
Did he?
Yes. Hold on. Let me pull up his kids' names before I continue with this Klug. It's kind of stupid, and I love it. He has 3 children. One child is named Saint Leo Bolt. After Usain's Usain's full name is Usain Saint Leo Bolt. Okay, so that makes sense. So Saint Leo Bolt.
Right.
Bolt. He's going after the middle name. Then his second kid. This isn't in order of like age or anything. It's just the ones starting from the worst to greatest. The next one is called Thunderbolt. He named his kid Thunderbolt.
Oh, yeah.
That's not the worst one. I think his first kid, his or her name, is Olympia Lightning Bolt.
Whoa. Okay.
She is 1 year old.
Not Olympia Lightning.
She is 1 year old. Hold on. She's 1 year old. Saint Leo is. Oh, Thunderbolt and Saint Leo are twins.
Oh.
And he is. They just were born like 2 months ago.
Okay.
I mean, good for him, but just bad names. Either way, so Klug. So I was going off this notion of like Klug sounds like a strong, powerful name, right? He's gonna be so strong. He's gonna be the world's strongest man. He's gonna fucking rip children in half just with his stare. It's like he's gonna have a mean piss on him.
Anytime he pisses, it's just burning.
It breaks the bowl.
bowl.
It just he starts peeing and the bowl starts cracking. He's like, no.
It shatters. He starts pissing onto the floor. It's cracking the ceramics.
The floor starts to crack too. He needs to have special toilets built.
Steel. You know those giant basins where like 5 dudes can piss next to each other? He has to use one of those. You have to install it in your house.
But it fills up with water every single time.
It's like a trough.
Yes.
Sounds like he's boiling. Just absolutely.
It gets steamy when he
roasting
pees.
a chicken.
His pee is so hot, the room gets steamy.
Sounds like boiling chicken in oil.
Okay, so I looked it up because I was like, okay, there's no way that anyone in this world would name their kid Klug. Well, I mean, then again, I did know that someone was named Gay Bowser, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Right.
I looked it up. It's a pretty popular last name. Klug.
Really?
You wanna know
Oh,
why?
man.
It means
Why?
very intelligent in German. Quite literally the opposite of what I was going for.
Oh no.
So now I've created this whole like child multiverse in my head, where you got Klug, and Doug. Klug with a K is the smart one. Klug with a C is the strong one. And Doug is the fast one. What?
With their powers combined.
Yes. They are going to win the Olympics for Bulgaria by themselves.
Good.
I can't wait. I'm so excited for Bulgaria. You know. Who are you rooting for in the Olympics?
Chad.
Yeah. I know they're already over, but I just think it's funny that we're actually rooting for the winter ones in 2 years.
Yeah, naturally.
Okay, so I should probably go over the DC trip, right?
Okay,
Dude.
Yep.
So the reason I went to DC was to go see the Hella Mega Tour with the Interrupters, Weezer, Green Day, and Fall Out Boy. Pretty good lineup.
Yeah, that is.
The Fall Out Boy wasn't there. They tested positive for COVID a few days ago, so they weren't there. Understandably so. It's weird how many times I've been insulted because I went to this concert. I don't know why.
It's because it's Weezer.
I don't. What
It's
is
the
the
Weezer.
problem with Weezer? I just.
It's Weezer.
Is this like an Ed Sheeran? How everyone hates Ed Sheeran kind of joke? Like, am I?
I think people just hate the look of Weezer.
What is
Like,
there to hate?
I don't.
I'm just so confused.
They just look like a bunch of
Bro,
dweebs.
that literally is every musician.
Maybe,
Have you
but
seen
they look like
Skrillex?
it more. Actually, what's he looking like?
That is a fucking amazing question.
Let me look that up.
I'm gonna look it up too. On my phone. I'll look it up on my phone. Skrillex. He looks. No, he's only 33.
Oh, is he? Oh, yeah, he doesn't. He looks like a regular dude.
Either way, dweeb, right?
Yeah.
Pretty dweebish. Take like all of Slipknot. You know, under their masks, they're just fucking dweebs.
Is Slipknot the band that goes?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And they wear all the
Because I was looking for that
funky
song.
masks.
I was looking for that song and I couldn't.
Oh yeah, it's actually it's called "Fingers in My Ass" Kanye West edition, also known as Ass
Really?
Gore. Just to let you know.
Huh. The more
Yeah.
you know.
But dweeb, like they're dweebs, right? Come on, Skrillex.
Yeah.
You know, already under one of their masks, fucking Kenneth is getting acne. Right?
He's sweating a little too much and it's a little too tight.
And Chardeth, he's his
Chardeth.
Chardeth, his braces are a little too tight for him.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe you should name your son Chardeth.
No, I like the name Schmegma.
Schmegma with an S-H.
A Schmegma.
Schmegma.
Schmegmar. Is that what new Pokemon is that?
I don't know. It's just it's a
You
pillar
caught
with a
Schmegmar.
little mushroom.
It's just
pill-
just like a Tupperware.
No, Brian. It's like a Roman column with one giant mushroom cap at the top, with a liquid streaming out from the base of the mushroom onto the column.
It should just be a Tupperware of pus.
Like acne pus or like
Schmegma pus.
disease pus? Schmegmar.
Where is the Pokemon where it's just a bucket of crabs?
Is that a thing?
I don't think so. I mean, buckets of crabs, yes. They can be a thing. I'm pretty sure Pokemon is a thing, too. I'm pretty sure I'm not that schizophrenic. What? What happened?
I'm sending you the
God
picture.
damn, what the fuck? No, this isn't real. This isn't even real. Just because you send me a fucking Photoshop Pokemon card of crabs in a bucket does not mean he's a real Pokemon.
He's real to
He's
me.
not real.
It's King Crab. Bucket defense.
No.
Flip a coin. If heads, prevent all effects of an attack, including damage done to King Crab.
Who
during
the
their
fuck
turn.
even played Pokemon cards?
Dude, I collected them. I have a binder with like 500. I do not know a lick of sense of how
Yeah.
to play.
I gave all my cards to my brother. Who the fuck has ever played Pokemon except for dweebs and fucking Joe Biden?
Do we... Joe
Biden.
Joe
Can we
Biden.
agree that Joe Biden has
Joe-
played Pokemon? But like the card game?
He strikes me more of like a Magic the
Wrong.
Gathering kind of guy.
Fucking
Digimon?
no, not Digimon. Fuck, what's
Bakugan?
what's the one with the tops? Beyblade.
Oh,
Beyblade.
Beyblade.
He's a Beyblade man. Joe Biden is a Beyblade man.
I don't think
Joe
I
Biden
think
would spin that top right into your pussy, dude. I'm telling you.
see, he would have the top, but he wouldn't have
The bottom?
Like,
He would.
the spinner.
That's how Joe Biden plays Beyblade. He only wears a shirt. He lets his penis fly.
It just hangs out. It interrupts the match.
It's in the Coliseum. That's what we call a Joe Biden.
It's getting shredded up by the attack class. Beyblades.
He got circumcised by a Beyblade. Joe Biden was circumcised by a Beyblade.
I'm gonna circumcise my child, Klug, with a Beyblade.
Klug, give me that penis, boy.
A girl moaning out the name Klug during sex.
Klug. It's
Oh,
there's
man,
there's
Klug, oh, man,
nothing
you're so hot,
sexy about
Klug.
it. It's like the same amount of sexiness as the name Tyler.
For real.
All I heard was like a frog.
I said for
Oh.
real. For real, for real, for real.
So are you more of a Tyler the Creator or Little Nas X?
Neither.
Neither?
I don't think I've like ever listened to any of their songs.
Listen.
I mean, I probably have, but just not to the point that I'm like, oh, I know this is by Tyler, the Creator.
You're either a fart smeller or a smart feller. Which one are you?
Feller is our word, but you can say fella.
What do you mean an R word? What do you
Huh?
mean? I'm not... Don't make this...
It's.
What do you
What?
mean?
I'm just saying it's our word. It's not your word. to
What do you
say.
mean our word? What the hell?
Look, I'm just saying you can say fella, but you cannot say fella.
What's wrong with feller?
Brian, Brian, I am telling you, as a friend, in a calm composure, in a safe
What the fuck?
environment,
What am I saying wrong?
You cannot say fella.
Why?
You cannot.
Explain
say
to me
fella in
why.
public. Because it's our
Why?
word.
What made it your...
You can say
Whose
fella.
word is it?
What is wrong
Who
with the
is
word fella?
our? Who is you?
Brian, I don't. Brian, you can say.
Who?
Fella.
What group of people are you
can-
talking
you
about?
can just, you're wrong.
Don't make me
No.
say it again.
You're
Feller.
wrong.
Yes.
Look, I can give you a feller pass. All right.
What? What group of
But you
people are you
can't-
fucking talking about?
I'm talking about the farmers.
Hey.
The rednecks.
You know, I
Brian.
farm
The
too.
Hicks. You're Farmville on Facebook.
No. I
Does
farm
not
too.
count.
God damn it.
Brian, do you know how many times have you replaced the fence post? How many times have you herd cows?
Listen.
How many times have you mowed a pond?
It's different? It's different. I
Alright.
farm different things.
You farming cryptocurrency
I
on
don't
your
farm-
15 PC GTXs.
I do not farm
Alright.
cryptocurrency.
Does not count.
Ethan, I didn't want to tell you this. It was my dirty little secret.
If you say you're a turnip farmer,
I farm radishes. I am a radish.
Brian,
I'm a radish farmer.
I'm gonna need some time.
That's why I didn't want to tell you.
You're not a turnip farmer, all right?
I wouldn't go that far.
That's fine. But radishes are a little too close for my
To
taste.
turnips?
To a turnip.
What are?
I need time.
How
to
much
think that
time?
over.
Ki-
I don't know.
If I
I
tell
don't
you the actual story of my time in DC, do you think by the time at the end of that story you'll be able to tell me if I'm okay or not?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
So here I was, farming radishes. Katie comes up through the field. Through horse and buggy.
Please don't talk about the radishes.
I was picking up the radish in hand,
No.
and she slips me a little note. It was covered in radish juice, so I had a hard time reading it, so I said,
Dude, I don't think radishes.
yeah,
have
radish
juice.
juice exists.
They just don't.
You can
They
juice
don't
anything.
strike me as. Yeah, but like picking a radish, I don't think you're gonna get juice. Like if you're picking an orange, like you might get something on you. But I don't know about the radish.
Look it up.
I did.
You didn't look it up.
I looked up radish.
Look it up
juice.
right now.
I
Look it up
did.
right now.
I-
Feller,
I'm
look it up.
looking at it. Okay. First of all, it was an issue of you saying feller. But now that you're a turnip farmer and
I am
saying
not a
feller,
turnip farmer.
now it's a big issue.
I am a
Now-
radish farmer. There is a difference.
You know what? And you know what? No, there isn't. I've made up my mind. It is just as
What
bad.
do you mean?
It is just as bad. Because people like you, the radish farmers, think that you're tough shit because you're not farming turnips, okay? And you think that just automatically gives you the right to say feller.
Why can't I say feller? Why
You
can't I
cannot
say feller?
That's not your
What
word.
do you? I'm a
That's not your
farmer.
word to
I'm a
use.
farmer too.
It's not the same. You're not the right
What
type of
farmer do I have to be?
Cattle.
Cattle? Really?
Yes. Or corn or soybeans.
Okay.
Maybe I'll throw in a little tobacco.
Okay. Ethan,
Brian, you're on thin ice.
how about this? If I tell you this little thing I got Katie for her birthday, can you forgive me?
I'll think about it. I gotta hear the thing first.
You know, I got her a game. I got her a few other things. But when she kept asking me what I was going to get her for her birthday, I said I was going to get her a can of corn. We go to Walmart one of these days, and we're picking up stuff for her birthday because we're there, right? And she was like, "Oh, I want this," and I was like, "Oh, I'll buy that for you for your birthday." And I said, "Katie, there's one more stop we have to make. The corn aisle." I buy her a family-sized can of corn. She ate it 2 days later. Okay.
Oh.
Am I forgiven?
Yeah, I'm calmed down. All right. And I'll be a little bit more lenient with you, but I can't forgive
Thank you, feller. Okay, so in DC.
Well, okay, all right. You've lost all goodwill.
So in
It's gone.
DC, so we're driving up. I spilled a Slurpee. That was sad. In Katie's car. But we get to DC. It's about a 2-hour drive up there. And we get to our hotel. We get at our hotel at 1 o'clock. The venue opens at 5 and it starts at 6.
Okay.
The venue is 2 miles away from our hotel. And to save money, we decided to walk. Now, for some reason, the 2 miles says that it's 46 minutes. We didn't really agree, but we decided to get on our way at 2 o'clock. After putting everything away, and I vigorously shit in our hotel room, like loud, yelling, with the door open, staring directly at Katie's eyes as I take a diarrhea poopy shit in our hotel room. It is the first thing I do. I take a fucking massive liquid shit. I'm talking fucking Hiroshima level poopy butt as I stare directly into Katie's soul. Door open. So then we leave it too. What I forgot to mention was that this hotel's actually on the 9th floor. And I have a thing with elevators. I have an irrational fear of elevators.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
I would rather take stairs any day.
I did not know that.
You actually did know that. You just forgot.
I don't think that's true.
It is true. Because we went to a museum with your dad, and I was talking about... We got an escalator, which escalator scared me a little bit. Still do a little bit, but I'm much more calm with them. And I was talking to you. I said, listen, escalators freak me out a little bit, but I am fearful of elevators. And you said, that's weird. And I said, I know.
All right. How did you What about that conversation made you remember it for this long?
Ethan. Shh. It's okay. I have a really good memory.
Yeah.
I really do have a really good memory.
But why?
Why?
Why that memory?
Because. I don't know. Your dad looked extra cute that day? I don't know. Fucking...
Maybe
because I was looking at his ass the entire time. Either way, DC, after a vigorous shit, we leave at 2 o'clock. And because the hotel room's on the 9th floor, every time I go up there, I have to walk up 8 or 9 flights of stairs. I have to go up and down this hotel room 4 times within the one day I'm staying. I go up 32 sets of stairs. Or flights of stairs, basically. In that day. Not counting the down, which I had to go down 5 times. Which is terrible. I did it to myself, though. So we start walking.
Sounds rough.
And we're in the city center. Right? Where we needed to go was the national park. National park. The big baseball stadium. 46 minutes away. So we start walking. I am wearing my Wind Waker button-up that I bought the day prior, where basically it's like a light blue beach button-up with like Wind Waker link on the King of Red Lions, the boat. Right? It's like a really cool shirt, and I'm wearing gray khaki pants and my slip-on shoes. Not like flip-flops, but like
Crocs.
actual sneakers that you can just kind of slip on.
Not Crocs.
No, I hate Crocs. Crocs can fucking suck my dick and die.
In sports mode or no?
In sports mode? I feel like in
Yeah.
sports mode, they could intensely suck my dick. I don't like it in either fashion. What?
No, nothing. Don't worry about it.
What's the problem with? What's the problem, Ethan?
I don't know. I haven't worn Crocs since I was like 7, but you know. I don't know.
What
I don't know
shit?
why.
What?
I don't know why you have such an
What? Are you being
intense-
bribed by Crocs? Why does this matter?
No, I'm not.
What is your
I'm
problem? What is
impartial.
you don't?
Impartial
You
judgment.
sound
I'm just
so
curious
partial
why
right
you're
now. I don't.
so-
What is
I'm
this?
Just curious what Crocs did to you.
They just are
to give you
gross.
Such a vitriolic passion against
They're
them.
just
Why?
not fun.
What do you mean
Let's
they're
leave
not
it at
fun?
that.
What do you mean by that?
They're not fun. I don't like them. And they smell bad.
Well, I think that might just be
No,
your stinky little
you
feet, but-
stinky fucking top lip looking motherfucker. I don't want to hear.
top lip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, fella.
Hey, feller, stop.
Well, you cannot. You are going to get canceled on
I
Twitter.
don't even use Twitter.
They're so. Look. They, Ryan, you misunderstand. The people of Twitter will cancel you.
Bro, they
If
can
they're
cancel me on Twitter, but they can't
canceling
cancel
you
me on the
off of
shitter. You know what I'm
Twitter.
saying?
Yo, word, facts, bro.
Just
Valid.
saying. Just saying. Just saying. I am valid. So, we start our walk. I told you my fit, pretty good. Her fit is cute. I'll give it to her. Katie's fit was really cute that day. But there was a fatal flaw. We were walking 2 miles there and 2 miles back, at the very least. And we wanted to explore a little bit. This lovable idiot wore fucking flip-flops to walk 2 miles to and from. She brought sneakers, but decided to wear flip-flops. Ethan, the pain doesn't stop there, though. 10 minutes within this walk.
No.
Her fucking flip-flops break.
Oh man.
And now I'm sat
Oh,
here like,
man.
what the fuck? Dude, what the hell? And so we're like, okay, well, the closest Macy's is 20 minutes the other direction than where we're going. So we just have to go forward. And we look at my phone, and we have a map of DC. And we look at it, and we're like, huh. There's a mall ahead. What?
Oh, you just gonna take a little detour to the mall, buy some sneakers.
Yeah. So we're like, okay, well, we're gonna go to the mall. Blah. 10 minutes later, we're at the place between the National Air and Space Museum and the National Museum of Art. And we've hit this land of grass. And it says the National Mall is like really close. And we keep walking, just trying to find this fucking big building. We're taking a break because we're hungry. So we went and I ate overpriced chicken tenders from a Taiwanese lady. She just kind of fed me it. I paid her off. She was on a bench. I just paid her off. Right. And Katie's looking on her phone, and she says, "Brian, we're in the National Mall." I said, "What?" And she shows me the pictures of the National Mall. It's the fucking field.
What?
You don't know that the National Mall is not a mall, Ethan?
It's just like a grass field.
Look up the National Mall right now. To everyone at home, do it too. It is not a mall.
National Mall.
It is a strip of land.
Wait, the one right by the. That's the National
Yes.
Mall? That's the.
And I was talking to Teddy and Brian, and they both thought I was stupid. for thinking it was a mall. When it is called the National Mall. Do you want to know why it's called the National Mall, Ethan?
Why is it called
It's called the National Mall because of King Charles II
Bruh.
in the late 1600s. He called it his Mall Paul. And we call it...
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Mans was just having fun with words.
And now we call it a national mall? Rather,
We're supposed to hate the British.
like, I'm blown away. I felt so stupid. Because we were looking around this fucking park for the mall, and we never found it. We need to find Katie new shoes. And I'm blown away. In that moment, it, like, hit me like a fucking bullet in the head. I'm like, did we just waste so much time just trying to find this building that never existed? Because of the name?
Oh no, Brian.
So now we're stuck in a predicament. Katie's shoe is broken. And so Katie has a brilliant idea. She's like, oh, okay, maybe these two museums that were near, maybe they have souvenirs like sandals. Right? Maybe like a NASA sandal or something. We walk over to the Air and Space Museum, and I have to like unload my pockets because they're probably worried that the fucking terrorist with a bomb will walk in and decide he just wants to blow up the fucking moon rover. I guess. And we walk over to this tiny little kiosk area, which is the only place you could go to get gifts.
Okay.
No sandals.
Go to the kiosk. No sandals.
Only
No
socks.
sandals.
Ethan. Socks, shirts,
like-
and like little replicas.
Just wear like 5 pairs of socks. You're good to go.
We didn't do that. So we said, okay. We walked back down to where we were. Back into the National Mall. And we were about to go into what we thought was the Smithsonian Museum. I went over and it was actually the National Art Museum. But the thing with this is that it had like 30 very large stairs you had to go up.
Right.
And Katie said it hurt her feet when she goes upstairs with the whole like sandal situation he had. She had her, you know how she always has those little bracelets around her arms for her hair? She has 2 of them.
Yes.
Yeah, she basically took one to put around her foot and flop.
Huh.
So, you know, there's like 30 stairs I have to walk up. So I said to Katie, I'll go so you don't have to deal with the stairs. Mind you, I've already walked up these fucking stairs like 15 times. I've already walked up so many stairs, so it's not like anything new to me. So I walk up there. And there's a guy waiting right at the entrance, like, basically, like the first security. He wasn't a security guard. He was just kind of like a gargoyle lookout. He was on like a stool.
The scare passes.
He literally was. He was just on a stool looking out. I think he yelled at people for like wearing their backpack with only one strap. You know, like cool kids only wear their backpack with the one strap.
Yeah.
They were like, he was like, you cannot enter this museum until both straps are around your shoulders.
Until the bag is secured around both shoulders.
You are not allowed, good sir.
You are in
That is when a
violation.
bomb is in your backpack.
So I know it's the optimal way to throw the bag off your arm into a crowd of people to detonate a
Exactly.
bomb.
And so I'm like, I walk up these stairs. I'm winded. I look at him. I say, hello, and I walk like fucking 30 feet to walk over to him because it's like really long for some reason. And I walk over and I say, hey, listen, I'm gonna just cut it very short. Is there sandals in here? And he said, no. And I said, dang it. And he said, maybe there's tape though.
What?
He said,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
So I walk in. I have to go through these doors, like these metal detector doors that didn't work because I had metal in my pockets. Like, literally, like, coins, fucking my phone.
You just had a kilogram of copper sitting in your
Yeah,
pocket.
I was really wanted to see if they worked. They didn't. And I kid you not, two of, like, the largest fucking security guards I've ever met were right in front of me. And I asked one of them, I said, hey, look, my girl, her sandal broke. We're trying to get to the concert. It's 20 minutes away. We just want, like, something to fix it. And he's like, okay, let me see what I can do. I'll see what I can do for you. I'll see what I'll look around. I'll see what I can do. I can look for you. I'll look around. I'll see what I can do for you. And I said, okay. Mentally, I'm thinking, why'd you repeat that like 14 times? Like, really? Why did you do that?
He was having trouble with it.
Man, I'll help you. I swear, he was walking away and still saying it. And so he checks like a few desks. Nothing. You know who he didn't? He only asked at the very end. The fucking, like, secretary person. In the office directly next to us. There was no door. It was the doorway. She was like an old woman sitting at a very large desk. He only asked her at the very end. I don't know why. That would be like the first person you go ask. And I walk over to her, and she doesn't give me one. She doesn't give me two. She gives me 3 different types of tape. Double-sided, electrical tape, and scotch. We walk down. I walk down the steps. I said, oh, thank you, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. I walk down the stairs. And I'm starting to fix up her shoe. We get it to a point where it's like, it's perfect. It's not going to rip up. I think this is good. And she walks around a little bit. Doesn't break. Walk back up the stairs. And I burst the door down with the might of fucking Zeus. And I hand the 3 tapes back to the lady. I say goodbye to the fucking gargoyle, and I keep walking down the stairs. I meet up with Katie. I grab her by her hips. I kiss her on the forehead. She looks at me and says, they broke. And I said, no, don't tell me that. Please, don't tell me that. I'm like, God damn it. So now we're like, okay, now we gotta get back on foot. So we keep walking. And mind you, I'm like looking at people's like feet. Looking for like sandals.
You're gonna pull a knife on someone and steal their shoes.
Dude, I kid you not. I looked in so many strollers. Just trying to find someone's like fucking flip-flops they just put in there.
You're a
What do you mean? I wasn't gonna steal the fucking flip-flops. I would have bought it off of them. With a knife, but still. Don't call me a menace. It's DC, baby. This is what you do.
It's not Detroit.
Do you know what DC stands for?
District of
No,
Columbia.
steel sandals.
These knuts.
Yes. Okay.
I really had to work
Yeah,
for that one.
You could just say discock.
Ah!
Fucking stupid butt.
It was sitting right in front of me.
It's alright. I think of the poopy butthole jokes faster than you can.
Yeah.
You might be better at first-person shooters, but I'm better at the shitty butthole jokes.
Just comes natural for you.
Also, before I continue this, have you played the fucking the Splitgate game?
No, I haven't.
Have you heard of it?
But I've heard about it for a long time. I just haven't gotten around to play. Is it free to play?
It's free to play. It's a beta, and I hear that it's like Halo. It's like old Halo, but with like portals.
Yeah, it's
I feel like
OG Halo mixed with Portal.
I think you'd like it.
I've been playing. Yeah, I probably would. But I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 5 with some friends.
I saw you were playing that before the podcast.
That's been a good time. Yeah, we were in the middle of a match. Those matches last a long time. You're playing like a single match for like at least half an hour. And it just goes on and on. Maybe even longer. It just depends.
Either way. So we decide that I can't steal the sandals, right? I can't fucking blackmail a mother with her child for sandals, right?
You can't hold a child at knife point and to make demands.
Listen, trust me, I was looking at the crackheads, fucking homeless people. I was really looking. I was like, do they have fucking size 9 shoes over there? In women's, right? You got size 9 in women's? The guy's fucking cracked out, shaking, seizing up. Hey, buddy.
It's like a 6 foot tall man. You're like, you got size 9 in women's?
Do you happen to have size 9 women's in the United States? None of them had them. So we're like, fuck it. And we decided to keep walking. Still have 20 minutes to walk. I see a working construction site. Big crane, by the way. Big crane. But
Big crane.
I see with just a glint of the sign. Past the fucking fences. Past the crane. I see a CVS.
Oh,
And I say, there.
the moment of
And
truth.
me and Katie fucking waddle our way over there. We get into the CVS. Ethan. There
Yes,
are
right.
shoes. Her size. But only
Yes.
flip-flops.
Oh,
I mean, she buys them. It's better than having broken flip-flops. And I remember, like, there was an elastic band around them so people couldn't steal them, I guess. And I asked, like, this big buff security guard that was in CVS, like, or it was a cop. It was a cop in CVS that was just kind of there. Like, he wasn't buying anything. He was just kind of standing around.
like you just sort of know.
Yeah, like, he was, like, kind of guarding the CVS. I'm not sure if it was robbed the previous day or not, but he's guarding this shit. And Katie couldn't get it. I couldn't get it, so I walk up to this guy and say, hey, can you rip this for me? Kid you not. My man fucking blinks at it, and it breaks. Like, he's so strong.
He doesn't need new.
He fucking... He breathed, and this shit just shattered in my hand. And I look... He's behind me, right? He's a good, like, 20 feet away from Katie. But Katie can see both of us. So I turn around, and I start walking towards Katie. And I just start flexing my muscles. As if I broke this band myself.
Yep.
And I get close enough to her, and she's like, thank you, sir. Sorry for him. And I look at her, and I was like, really? Really?
She stole that
Yeah.
from you.
And then we keep walking, and I pass by this grill just on the street. It's not on. I mean, it's on the sidewalk in front of someone's yard. I mean, it's not in the street. And I swear to God, I was making grill jokes for the next 5 minutes of that walk. So much so that Katie got so annoyed that she yelled at me. Katie,
no.
you know Katie's not a yeller.
Yeah.
But I was like, fucking, I'm gonna put fucking so many burgers on this thing. I'm put aluminum foil down, get some burgers on that thing. Put on top shelf, go put some doggies on that bad boy.
Got too much pepper on this
Got
thing.
put too much pepper.
What are you doing with all that
What are you
pepper?
doing with all that pepper?
What are you doing with
What are you
all
doing with all that
mustard?
pepper?
Get that mustard off
And she
there,
literally
man.
looked at me and said, Brian? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, shut the fuck up about this grill. And I'm like, but I'm gonna put some burgers down, go put it fucking, get that charcoal grill. Oh my God. Like 3-4 people passed me, by the way. Like, they all heard my shtick.
Uh-huh. Did anyone come to your defense?
No. No. But then something magical happened. We found this group of 3 people. They saw my shirt, and they said, Weezer? And I said, yes.
See, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Weezer just carries this energy. You could just see it in people.
And then he's like, yeah, I'm kind of here for Green Day personally, but Weezer's cool. He was going to the same concert we were.
He just knew. That's what I'm telling you, man.
But, like, that's when it hit us. We're like, we're here. We've hit the promised land. It is time. Then we went to the concert, sat down. We were sat to next to some, like, fucking 84-year-old people. Like, I wasn't even sure if they could hear. And then people to my left were, like, the thing after Gen Z. Right? They were that young.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was wearing a loaded diaper shirt. Like from Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yeah.
And
Beautiful.
it was a good show. It was a good show. Then we walked back. And that was that. And I got back, and I kid you not, I had the weirdest fucking rash all over my leg.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know.
That.
It's mutated, and like 4 hands have come out of it, but I'm just gonna live with it. But
Just keep amputating the hands.
the night isn't over. No, I mean, it's a hotel room by ourselves. We have to do word search together.
Sex migraine?
What? What did you say?
Huh? Sex migraine?
Well, I didn't have one of those. I took Advil, but
you pre-game.
dude, I literally pre-gamed. Look, the word search game gets pretty intense.
Hey, fair enough.
And so it's hit the time where me and Katie have to sleep in bed with each other for the first time ever. Me and Katie have never slept in the same bed in the year and a half that we've been dating. Never needed to happen.
Uh-huh.
But tonight's the night that we sleep together.
You gotta go for it.
What do you mean I'm gonna go for it?
What's sharing the same bed? What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I'm literally just saying you were going for it. It being the first time sleeping together in the same bed.
Just you said it weird.
Well, Brian, see, it's hard when I have no stake in this story, and I am also a co-host, and so to avoid being completely silent, because I do enjoy your stories, I do enjoy
It's
hearing
true.
them. I still have to every now and again at least interject to say something.
It's true.
And sometimes I'm grasping at straws, man.
Listen, I don't know what to tell you.
There's nothing to tell me. I'm just laying it out there. I'm putting my cards down. I'm folding.
Okay, so we're sleeping in the same bed.
And
We're going
for
for it. Okay.
Right.
I put on True TV. No Impractical Jokers. It's some food show. Very sad. And I fall asleep. It's like 12 o'clock, right? We have to leave by 1 tomorrow. Fall asleep. And I set an alarm for 10:30. This alarm never is needed. And I close my eyes. And the night goes away. And I'm only going to tell you my side of the story first.
Oh no.
So I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Katie's poking my face. And she says to me, Brian? I say, yes, my little cheeseburger. She says, don't call me that. You're fucking diagonal. and I open my eyes.
Oh.
Dude, I am diagonal. I am at a 45-degree angle when I wake up. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. And I fix myself. And I go back to bed. I wake up 7 o'clock in the morning, well rested. I turn my head to her. She's awake. I say, man, that was a great night of sleep. How'd you sleep? And she looked at me, and she said, I didn't. And I said, why? And she said, you. And I'm like, oh, what? What do you mean? Thus begins Katie's side of the story.
Oh, no.
So, she falls asleep at the same time I do. Difference is, she wakes up much sooner. I don't know when she wakes up, but it was before 4 o'clock. And she had a few select things that I did in my sleep. Would you like a list, Ethan? Would you like a list?
Yeah, I would love to hear these things.
Okay, mind you, I've never been told that I've done any of these things before. 1. Loudly snore.
Oh, no, bro.
I have never, like, my parents, who wake me up more than my alarm clock does, say I've never snored. I've slept in the same room as my dad, and he told me I've never snored. So this is new for me. But I was loudly snoring.
You're old man.
You don't even
all
know
coming
the
together.
fucking rest of it, Ethan. Let me finish. This shit it's crazy. Next thing in their list. I am sleeping, looking straight up, with my arms crossed, angrily.
What?
Like an angry old man who tightens his fucking arm crossing so tight. Like he's angry at the kids that are on his lawn.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, in that night, I also unsheathed my right arm. And almost like, you know how like you like put your fingers to your nose as you just see something dumb, and then you kind of stick your hand out like, what the fuck is this?
Right. Okay,
I did that in my sleep. To the
What?
sky.
That is so. What? Brian.
I have no idea. I have no idea. She's telling me all these things. And apparently, I flop like a fucking fish back and forth when I sleep. Ethan, when you have slept over at my house, have I snored?
I don't think
Exactly.
so. I can never remember, at least.
Exactly. So it's not crazy. You are the person that we've slept in the same room before. You know how I sleep. But
Yeah.
I was moving so rapidly that she couldn't fall asleep. I apparently ended up in the middle of the bed. I was on the really right side of the bed. I was trying to give her room when I fell asleep, and yet somehow I weaseled my way into the middle of the bed and diagonal.
Oh,
And
man.
Katie, poor Katie, she couldn't fall asleep. And she said to me, Brian, you are the heaviest sleeper I know. She apparently got up from the bed multiple times. She was pacing around the room. She was playing the Switch. She did a lot of stuff.
Right. That's nothing on my heavy sleeping. All right.
Well, the difference is...
A quick interjection, if I
Okay,
may.
sure.
If I may. So with my church, sometimes we go on little retreats, go on little trips, you know? And sometimes you got bunk beds, like a room of bunk beds, and you're sharing them, right? For whatever reason, I like the top bunk just because I'm high up. And so there's just something about the power, right?
Because you like to be high.
And so one night, I guess I'm just incredibly tired, and I I am knocked out. The lights are still on in the room, alright? Like, the entire room is lit up like 4th of July because it's like fluorescent lights,
Right.
okay? I managed to fall asleep in this. Everyone else takes off the mattresses from their beds, puts them in the center of the floor, and has a fight night. They are wrestling maybe 10 feet max from my bed in a giant ring, watching and competing against each other, and I sleep through it entirely and through the rest of the night.
Wow.
That is just a taste of how heavy of a sleeper. Pacing, that would not even phase me.
Ethan, and yet every time I kiss you sweetly on the lips, you always wake up.
See, that's a blatant lie, because I don't remember any of that. So you've gotten away scot-free. And I would like to add, please keep doing that.
Okay.
I don't... Because if I wake up and see you doing that, it breaks the illusion, okay? Because then I'm there. But if I wake up and I just know, I can feel it in my heart, that's what's beautiful about it. So please keep doing that, and don't wake me.
I will do my best not to. Either way. So she has such a terrible time sleeping with me. And I'm up at 7 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know what to tell her. Because our room is not very big. Right?
Uh-huh.
Like the toilet where I vigorously shit 4 times. Was only 3 feet away from our bed. Right?
Right.
It's also funny. I tell my Teddy and Brian this, and they're just like, "You're evil, dude. You're like a terrible person." And I'm like, "Yeah." But
yeah, that's just
but Katie likes it. Katie likes the fact I'm a terrible person for some reason. Like, we were passing this group of like 20 people who are waiting to cross the street. And I start rolling my window down, and she's like, "No, stop. What are you doing? Stop." And I scream at them, "You're never going to pass!" And then I quickly roll up my window.
What? What was the point?
No point. I also almost did it with this guy. I couldn't get the window down. But I was like, we were passing him. And I almost yelled at him. I said, "Is that Ed Sheeran?" But I couldn't get the window down fast enough.
A menace. You are a menace.
Well, then I also sung the fucking, "Where Are You?" song outside of Katie's window, or outside of my window in Katie's car. I do stuff like that, and Katie looks at me and she says, "God, I love you." And I say, "Thank you." As the wind blows on my chest. And the buttons are undone on my button shirt, my white shirt, and my flocks flow through the hair. I say,
You know,
"I have to shit, Katie." And she is blown away by my sexiness. What?
I think the one time that I have done something by shouting something at the window, I think it was in Newark. And that's like an actual town with people like on the sides of the roads, on sidewalks and stuff, walking around. And I started cursing at them.
That's
right?
terrible.
But Brian, this wasn't your ordinary cursing. This was ye old
How many
cursing.
people did you call
wench? I was putting plagues on their crops. I was wishing that their bloodline would fail. That they would bear no heir to their thrones.
God. You're worse than
I wasn't cussing them out. I was cursing
Ethan,
them.
we are very different yet very similar people. You know that?
I think we just do the same things. We just go different routes in doing it.
Yeah. I feel like I'm a more chaotic person. You do things more interestingly.
Brian, you don't. These limits have been placed upon me. They're against my will.
But me, as the only person with free will,
if I had free will like you, I would be doing the exact
You
same
can't even
thing.
lie, though. I fucking take more risks than any motherfucker ever.
And it somehow pans out.
I
It
do
always
some
works
stupid
out.
ass shit, and it always works out.
Always works
I
out.
will tell you, there's after the DC store, there's one more story I want to tell before we end the podcast. But basically, I'm like, okay, what can I do to allow this woman to sleep? Right, first I have to get her out of the bed, because the Katie needs to sleep in the bed. So I take the woman out of the bed. And then I put Katie in the bed.
Okay.
Tuck her in. I say, good night, my little cheeseburger. She says, stop, please. I hate it when you call me that. Okay. Kiss her.
Do you actually call her your
No.
cheeseburger? I wish you did.
No, I don't actually call her. What I do is I joke about it, and I'll be like, just like in a mall, in a crowd of people, I'm just like, oh, my little bacon cheeseburger supreme patty with ketchup and mustard. And she's like, what? Stop. What the fuck? So I don't like that. And I hit her like another one. And she's like, what the stop it. And that's it. But for the sake of the story, yes. And I say, okay, I'm going to go to Dunkin' Donuts, and I'll walk back. Now, the closest Dunkin' Donuts was actually about 3 minutes away, but I thought it was inside of a building that was locked. And I kind of thought I thought I couldn't get there, basically. So the next closest Dunkin' Donuts was a mile away. So I strapped on my fucking pajama bottoms, my Coca-Cola shirt, my slip-on shoes, and I headed out. First sight I see. I walk out of the hotel. I take a look to my left. I'm not going left. I'm just looking over there. I see some of the fucking most anime nerd people I've ever seen. There was a convention the day before. But these motherfuckers... It's like the furry equivalent of anime. You're just disgusted. You're just like, what the fuck? Like, I like a few Gokus myself, but Jesus Christmas Christ. Calm down. I look to my right, and I see a homeless man. And I start walking towards him, because he's right by the crosswalk.
Okay.
And I noticed something about him. He isn't just your average homeless person. He has a newspaper. Oh, and he's reading it.
Alright.
Out loud.
Alright.
Ethan, he is shouting, he is shouting to himself. Random numbers. He has the newspaper open, and he is shouting random numbers. For example, 500 to 600, 1,200 to 1,300, and he is shouting this. 700 to 800. And I'm just like, my man, fucking Bitcoin got him crazy. And then I cross the street, and I keep walking for another like 10 minutes, and I see a few interesting sights. I like the Martin Luther King Jr. fucking library. It was pretty neat. Walk by some really big buildings. I was like, oh, that's beautiful. Walk by some more homeless people. Walk by just like a completely opened fire hydrant shooting water all over the streets.
Oh.
Like it is flooding the streets. And I'm like, huh. And I walk past it. Doesn't matter to me. Like it's even fenced. It's actually like there's like a small little white picket fence around it too. Like it's just they didn't want to deal with it. I'm like, okay. And I keep walking. I hit the Dunkin' Donuts. It was $6 for 4 donuts. Which is much more expensive than it is here, if I'm correct. Grab my donuts. And I get back on my way. I didn't pick up a drink because there's actually a McDonald's, like, around the corner from where we're staying. So I just get a $1 drink from there because it's the more price-effective way to do it. And I'm walking. And I get to the same crosswalk where the homeless man was. Instead, though, he's on the other side of the street. He is now on the side of the street that I am now. But he doesn't have his newspaper. Ethan, I don't know where this newspaper went,
Oh.
but I don't think he was having a good time. He was sitting crisscross applesauce on like a cardboard bed he made himself. And he was having, all I can explain it as, the crack shakes.
Uh-huh.
He wasn't like seizuring, right?
Right.
But that's the closest possible thing to what he was doing. And I have to walk past him now. But that's not all he was doing. He was just yelling, like, at random moments. Yelling and shaking and screaming.
What was he shouting?
Nothing. He was just yelling.
Just to be
Yes.
known.
The worst part was that I had to walk past him. But the funniest part was that behind him, or past him, there was a bus where people were loading up on, and there was maybe 20 people trying to get on this bus. But one woman who looked like she was about to get on the bus never stopped looking at this man. At this homeless man. Like, she was in the center of this crowd.
Uh-huh.
Like, I couldn't even see her until after everyone left. She was in the center of this crowd, just staring at this homeless man. Like, she had her bags in her hand, like, she looked like she was about to get on the bus, but no. She never got on that bus. She was staring at this homeless man. And as I walked past him, and he did a violent shake and scream, and it, like, scared me a little bit. I was like, fuck, what the fuck? Like, I kept walking. But then I looked back. The bus is now gone. And she's still standing there. She hasn't moved. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I go back up into my hotel room. I sit down. Katie's still asleep. I put the donuts down. I grab my word search. And I watch ridiculousness for the next 2 hours while I do word searches. What?
I can just imagine you, like, climbing into bed at night, turning off the lights, flicking on the inside table lamp, putting on your reading glasses, and going to town on your word searches, you old man.
Listen, Ethan. They're fun. Okay? Jeez. Either way, we leave it like 11. And we go to Wawa. I get a Slurpee.
Mhm.
Do you remember what happened to my original Slurpee at the beginning of this trip, Ethan?
You spilled it in your
Yes.
car.
Like, this was my chance to redeem myself. I get in her car. The first thing that happens when she leaves Wawa is it fucking falls out and opens again. The Slurpee breaks open again.
In her
Again.
car? Oh.
And I have to clean it again. And that's when I knew that the trip was over. I was like, oh my god. It went full circle.
You ruined it. You ruined a car.
Yeah. Did I want to say one more story? I'm trying to remember what it was.
I don't know, but I watched Mortal Kombat just this night.
How bad was it?
It was a movie.
Dude, it's such a bad movie. It's so bad.
Dude, alright. It feels like I watched like the first 2 acts to the movie, and then there just wasn't a third act, like a third final act. You
Tell
know
me,
what I mean?
tell me right now that the main character's like fucking power up,
His power is literally to
beat
get
up.
beat up, and then he just goes, "I win."
That is it. It is the shittiest fucking thing. And how Jax, the guy with metal arms, has fucking little dweeby baby metal arms for most of the movie.
He does, and then he barely gets to use the big boy
It's
arm.
just so fucking sad. It's
And then they wasted that whole arena that he fights in. Wasted, dude. It's it is literally the map where they are on the bridge with all the spikes at the bottom. He doesn't even throw the guy into the spikes. He just squishes his head.
And you know where the guy throws? You know
Wasted.
how the guy who has the spinny metal blade hat.
Yeah.
He throws it, and then he's like, "Finish her, fatality."
He goes flawless
Fucking
victory. Even though like literally 2 minutes ago he was getting his ass thrown
And it's
around
the cheesiest
arena.
thing to say in the fucking worst way possible.
And then he immediately dies.
Yeah. Oh, it was such a.
Oh, dude, some of the okay. Some of the CGI was like, oh, this is good. This is how the scene should look. The entire Goro fight was atrocious to look at. There was not a single second where it felt like a real character in the movie. I was just like, this is a video game cutscene.
and
That's
when the main character gets his power of just getting fucking beat up. And then Goro dies.
And then the main bad guy just scoops up his dead body, but none of the other dead bodies. He only takes Goro and Sub-Zero, so I guess they'll be back with like a Melina and the Bird Lady. And,
Yeah, they really just killed
Cabal.
everybody,
They're just gone.
all of the bad people. Like they did that in the first movie. What the fuck?
Yeah,
It was so bad.
yeah, it was definitely a movie. But on the flip side, I also saw the new Suicide Squad
Actually, fucking incredible move.
twice. Yes, I saw it like I think it was like Monday or something like that. Yeah, Monday I think I saw it with my family, and then I saw it with the my coworker, the girl I'm seeing today.
The girl you're seeing?
Yes.
Ethan.
All right, Brian. What are your questions? Lay them on me.
Is it a dude?
I know. No.
Okay. So yeah.
This time.
So Suicide Squad's a really good movie. I watched it the day of it came out.
Yeah.
But you know what's not a good movie?
The first Suicide Squad.
Yes, but Space Jam 2.
I didn't see it. I've not seen it yet.
Would you like me to just
I don't.
Would
plan
you like
on
me to
seeing
give
it.
you Would you like me to give you a little
Lay it
taste
on
of what's
me.
happening?
Yes.
For people who don't want to be spoiled by this terrible movie, just click off this video. Honestly, we're gonna end it probably like very soon afterwards. So this is it. This is spoiler zone. Don't come back. Fuck you. Leave. I don't care. But I love you. So please stay. Okay. So LeBron James. He hates his son. LeBron James hates his son. He has two sons. He hates one of them. Basically, as a child, right? He was playing a game. LeBron James. He was playing a Game Boy. Right before a basketball game, his coach said, "Give me that." He gave his coach the Game Boy. He lost the game by like a point, or he won. No. I think he lost. He lost. And the coach was like, "You're being distracted by fucking things that, you're being distracted. You're the best damn basketball player I've ever seen." To like the 7-year-old child. "You're the best fucking basketball player I've ever seen. If you stop getting these distractions in your life, you'll be able to be a best basketball player ever." And now I'm thinking to myself, bro, he is 7 years old. He could literally
Let
die.
him play the Game Boy. Let him play the Game Boy.
And the next scene, he throws the Game Boy away. Waste of a Game Boy, right? Then cut to real life. Cut to the present time. They're in LeBron James' backyard, where he has a blue basketball field. Where if he yells ball, a ball is magically shot to his hands. It's very interesting.
Yeah, he's the god of the court.
He literally You don't even understand. They play off of this where it's like,
full court vision. I got full court vision.
yeah, that's what he says. His kid behind him like tries to mock him, and he's like, yeah, stop it. I have full court vision. And I'm like, that's the cringiest shit I've ever heard. Either way, he basically hates on his son because his son is distracted by video games and doesn't want to play basketball. And LeBron James says, "Fuck you, you're going to basketball camp." And he's like, "No, please, Dad, I just want to go to E3 Game Maker camp." And LeBron James says, "No, get on that 3-point line, fucking shoot." He's like, "Please, Dad, I want to make my game about basketball." And he says, "No." And then they meet Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle is the villain of the movie.
What?
Don Cheadle. Do you know what Don Cheadle's character name is? Al-G Rhythm.
Sheesh.
He's a fucking computer code. And Don Cheadle is playing him. You know how they meet Don Cheadle? They somehow find themselves in the server room of Warner Brothers.
What?
Like, for example, they go down an elevator. The elevator says Looney, and then they hit the fucking server room of Warner Brothers, and they just are allowed in. Like, there's no one guarding it. Just, yep, I'm here now. And they start walking through it. Big server room. And then a big fucking glowing orb just sucks them in. To computer world. And throughout the entire movie, Don Cheadle keeps referring to LeBron James as King James. And this is basically where they meet each other. And then Don Cheadle's just like, "Hey, play basketball. If you lose, I'm stealing you." He's like a BTS stand in this movie. Like, he wants Jimin to come in his mouth. Like, that's really what Don Cheadle wants.
Okay. Naturally.
Right? And basically, he sends him off. LeBron James has to go around Looney World, fucking finding Big Chungus, Big Hairy Man, the fast Mexican rat. Which I thought was funny that people on Twitter wanted to cancel him, and then a lot of people from Mexico were just like, "It's funny."
Oh yeah, Speedy Gonzalez.
And I was just like,
everyone was like, "Cancel it, cancel it! It's a hurtful depiction." And so many
Mexican population. They're just like, "It's funny."
Yeah, they were like, "We love them."
Like,
it's funny.
That's it. Like, it was just so funny. And so they're going around. There's a Rick and Morty reference. There's a Big Chungus reference. And then they get their team. Don Cheadle fucking blips in other basketball players. One of them, he turns one of them to a spider. One of them to, like, one that's like fire and water. One of them's just a big bird. Right?
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to remember all the characters. Then there's one. Fuck me. What was because there's 5 players. There has to be 5 players. I remember one of them was like a time-altering robot, right? Which could just win the game. If you think about it, if he can alter time, he stops time. That's like his thing. They only use it one time.
What a waste.
And then somehow the grandma from Looney Tunes makes it so that all the time it only happens one time to help him, and the other time it happens is to kill him. Literally, grandma on court fucking hops on his ass and turns him into an old man just from his fucking watch. But then the final character in Don Cheadle's team is LeBron James' son. So now it's LeBron James versus his son. And basically, LeBron James the entire time is like, "You guys, you gotta play by the court rules. You can't, don't go loony. This is not how you win this game."
Don't go loony.
And then, in the second half of the game, he's like, "Guys, go loony." And then they win. But that's not even it. That's not even it. Earlier in the movie, they hinted at this move that was like LeBron James' special move, where he does like a double back into a layup or something. And it's supposed to be really good. And his son is building a game about basketball. And he puts that move into the game, but when he does it, it deletes the entire game. Which doesn't make sense, but okay. So then he's like, "Man, I'm going to do this double back layup myself. And if I can do that, I can break the game." Because Don Cheadle becomes a CGI monster of himself and is destroying LeBron James at the end of the movie. In basketball. LeBron James is a big man. But Don Cheadle's CGI big man mode was even larger. I can't even explain it. Can you look up Don Cheadle CGI in Space Jam 2? You have to see it for yourself. He's just a big dude. Right? And so he's like, "I have to do this, and it's going to stop Don Cheadle from being able to change the match." Little do we know. Fucking Bugs Bunny takes the ball, does the layup himself, is deleted. And then, at the end of the fucking movie, after everything's won, after fucking, like, 3,000 people are saved from Don Cheadle's hellscape, fucking Bugs Bunny decides to come into the real world and live with LeBron James. And now I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck? Does people know that Bugs Bunny is here? And then me and Kitty tried to watch Space Jam 1, but we fell asleep. But I actually remember what happens in Space Jam 1. Have you ever seen Space Jam 1?
When I was very young.
Okay. Unlike Space Jam 2, where they only win by going loony, they win in Space Jam 1 by drinking Michael Jordan's sweat. That is literally how they win. Space Jam 1 was a good movie because it's nostalgic and it has very funny moments. Space Jam 2 is a bad movie. And it has Don Cheadle. And that's that.
It's saving grace.
No, I like Don Cheadle. I like Don Cheadle. I think we should...
I only like him when he's in my basement.
What?
Okay. Huh?
I think it's a good time to end the episode. An hour 43? Holy shit. Wow.
Yeah.
Alright. Ethan. Would you like to take the honors of the outro?
I suppose I will. Well, everybody, that's been the Dudes Club podcast. Thank you for joining us. If you like this episode, hit that like and subscribe, and maybe the bell notification, so you can know anytime we upload. I'm one of your hosts, Ethan. Other was Brian. I hope you had a nice time. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.